Watch the Jimmy Dean Show Friday at 6:30 on Channel 4, WTVJ.
From the Television News Center of the South, here's today's Florida News Picture.
Canada Dry, America's favorite ginger upper, presents WTVJ's news director, Ralph Renick, reporting the news.
State senators today listened to a parade of character witnesses in Tallahassee testify on behalf of a Miami Circuit judge whose career is on the ropes. And here is what some of the witnesses said at the impeachment trial of Dade Circuit Judge George Holt. Federal Judge Emmett Choate. Holt, if cleared, could return to the bench with honor and dignity. Episcopal Bishop Henry Ludit of Winter Park. Holt is a man of integrity. Former Congressman Bill Lantapp. Anyone in public office is in somewhat of a fishbowl. Charges against them can certainly adversely affect them. Holt had an excellent reputation prior to the April grand jury report. Former State Senator Bun Gautier. I think Holt has acquired a reputation as one of the outstanding judges in the state. A vote on Holt's guilt or innocence will come sometime next week. WTVJ staff artist Roy Ritzel, who has been covering the trial, comes up with this composite sketch. On the right sits Chief Supreme Court Justice Glenn Terrell, who presides. Beneath him, the witness table with court reporters. At this table sits the defense team. This is Judge Holt, and this is Richard Hunt, Holt's counsel. He expects to wind up his case tomorrow. He doesn't know whether Holt or Mrs. Holt will take the stand. And here's a close-up picture of the judge. Two attorneys testified today that receiver L.J. Curlin did competent work in 6 cases assigned to him by Holt. Leading members of the prosecution team, Representative Jack Musselman and Representative Tom Beasley. More news. Now here's Noah Tyler to report for Canada Dry.
Canada Dry makes it easy to be a good host. Canada Dry's years of experience and know-how have produced a line of quality beverages that just can't be beat. All the host has to do is uncap the bottle and pour. And there's the perfect mixed drink. What's more, Canada Dry has a mixer for every taste, so you can please every one of your guests. World-famous Canada Dry Ginger Ale, with that light, dry, fresh flavor that comes from the world's finest ginger and other premium ingredients. Canada Dry Club Soda that keeps your drink sparkling bright right down to the last sip. Canada Dry Quinine Water, made dry and delectable to suit American tastes. And new sparkling grapefruit, a great new mixing sensation. Yes, Canada Dry makes it mighty easy to be a good host. How can you go wrong when you have world-famous Canada Dry? All these great Canada Dry mixers contain exclusive pinpoint carbonation. The carbonation proven better for you in tests recently conducted at a leading university. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, Club Soda, Quinine Water, and sparkling grapefruit. Get a supply tomorrow.
Dade County Commissioners today turned down several requests for continued use of county property for an alcoholic rehabilitation center. Commissioners also turned down a request for $23,000 to be used for rehabilitation work. 2 delegates made their wishes known. Ma Green, a pioneer in work for chronic alcoholics, asked commissioners not to tear down the building now being used as a clinic. She was followed by Municipal Judge Henry Balliman. He said county-owned property on the old country club site is the only building suitable for the project. There's Judge Balliman. Commissioners, though, reminded him the building had been given over to the rehabilitation group on a temporary basis only. Chairman of the commission, Ferris Cowart, turns the group down.
The Alcoholics Rehabilitation Program. We cannot at this time grant to you any quarters, inasmuch as has been determined by the Board of County Commissioners that none are available. So we can only at this time tell you that we have a continued interest in the program, that we shall consult with our county manager on his return and explore possibilities for the future.
Ma Green operates homes for down-and-out derelicts. Asked to comment on the commission's refusal for help, she had this to say.
Audrine, what is your reaction to the Commission's ruling this morning?
I believe they're trying their best to cooperate, but there are certain things that's a problem to them, and I believe they will do everything in their power to find means and ways for the continuation of this rehabilitation center.
What will your next move be?
Well, we'll wait about 3 or 4 weeks, and if we don't get any word, we will start different ways and means and ways to see that we will continue this great work for the boys.
In connection with this problem, WTVJ News Tonight presents a special program in connection with the alcoholic. This is a scene familiar to thousands of families in the Miami area. It is an alcoholic regaining consciousness. One of the most vicious aspects of alcoholism is the shakes. This is not an exaggeration. This is refined torture. An examination of the alcoholic and his problem on AA Open Meeting, tonight, 10:30, Channel 4. Well, now that a city council rezoning vote on Miami Beach has been overruled by the voters, beach administrators don't know what to do with that mile-long strip of oceanfront. The council met today, but only to canvass the results of yesterday's special election. An almost 3-to-1 vote against putting hotels on land north of the Eden Rock Hotel has left everything up in the air. A Supreme Court ruling says 600 feet of the strip is open for hotel building. But yesterday's vote makes the rest of it residential. Beach Mayor Ken Oka comments on the confusion.
The matter is further complicated due to the Supreme Court's decision rezoning 600 feet of the strip last week. The Supreme Court in its decision stated that it would not substitute its decision for the opinion of the Miami Beach City Council. The question now is that the opinion of the Supreme Court may be reversed because the City Council's opinion has been substituted by the voice of the people. What will the Supreme Court do in light of this decision is yet to be decided.
Circuit Judge Stanley Millage will decide tomorrow whether or not Councilman Sam Halpern, he's a former councilman, had a legal right to vote for rezoning since he owns property along that strip. Miami had its first reported cases of Asiatic flu. Crew members of 2 Chilean airliners apparently contracted a mild form of the new virus in Santiago. They became ill after flying here. The malady lasts 3 to 5 days. It has not led to complications such as pneumonia, which accounted for the most deaths in the 1918 epidemic. Dr. Walter Sackett, president of the Dade County Medical Association, discounts any danger of an epidemic in this area. Cries of injustice heard in the Miami Beach courtroom today. The crier, Bucky Harris, Miami and Palm Beach businessman. Harris was arrested last week by policeman Sonny Schoenberger, charged with being unable to give a satisfactory account of himself. Today, in Judge Saperstein's court, the prosecutor dropped the charge. Harris claims his reputation has been damaged and that a not guilty verdict should have been handed down. He was arrested because he couldn't produce ownership papers for his car. He had them in court today. Harris was also arrested last week by Bal Harbor police, charged with defrauding an innkeeper. The Americana Hotel says Harris owes them $1,000. He's free on $500 bond in that case. In Fort Lauderdale, Luther T. Health is in critical condition after losing both his legs when he fell against a giant lawnmower today. The blades passed over him. Doctors amputated his legs immediately after he was rushed to a hospital from a large field where the accident occurred. A state senator says tonight the Florida legislature could draw more capable lawmakers with a big pay increase. Senator Fred Dickinson of Palm Beach County comments before the WTVJ News camera in Tallahassee.
With the fantastic growth of Florida, particularly during the years since the end of World War II, it has become increasingly obvious to me, and more so now that I am in the Florida legislature, having served both in the House and now in the Senate, that the personnel and the financial arrangements relative to the members of the Florida legislature is inadequate, and under its present status of compensation at the rate of $100 a month and $15 per diem during the time we're actually serving in the legislature, merely acts as a deterrent to good men running for the legislature and is an encouraging feature for good men who are now in to get out. I should think that a basic minimum of $3,600 a year should be paid as compensation to the members of the legislature. In addition thereto, they should have certain allowances for telegraph, telephone, and the likes during the months that they're at home, working with their constituents on the home base.
Dickinson says the matter of a pay increase will be taken up, may be taken up, during the special session on constitutional revision later this year. The recent segregation ruling at a North Miami junior high school principal came under fire today at a meeting of the Dade County School Board. Dr. Joe Hall, school board head, reads a letter recommending that the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals segregation ruling be taken to the Supreme Court for review. The ruling reversed Miami Judge Emmett Choate's dismissal of a suit brought by Negroes attempting to enter white schools. The board unanimously adopted the recommendation today, will carry the case to the High Court now. Teachers Union President Elvin Albaum reads a resolution charging Principal W.E. Rice with unprofessional and unethical conduct. Albaum charges that Rice recommended the transfer of a teacher solely because he is a union member. A final story in a moment. Here's Noah Tyler for Canada Dry.
When people think of flavor, of sparkle, of purity, and of quality in beverages, they automatically think of Canada Dry. No other ginger ale, no other club soda, no other quinine water in the world today can touch Canada Dry in popularity. Here in the Miami area, Canada Dry stands head and shoulders over all the rest. An important reason for Canada Dry's popularity is exclusive, pinpoint carbonation, which you're looking at now. Actually aids digestion and lessens the danger of after effects. In other words, you can enjoy your favorite drink and be assured you're doing it the sensible way. And Canada Dry has a mixer for every taste. Light, dry, delicious Canada Dry ginger ale, everybody's favorite. Canada Dry club soda that keeps your drink sparkling, bright, right down to the last sip. Canada Dry quinine water, outselling all other quinine waters combined because it's made the way Americans want it. New sparkling grapefruit, a great new taste sensation. For flavor, sparkle, purity, and quality, look for this display and buy Canada Dry.
An English couple learns how to stretch 100 pounds into enough American dollars to vacation in Miami. Mr. and Mrs. Stanley Wooten are welcomed to Miami by the mayor, Randy Christmas, and Harry Kramer, their host, for the next week. The Wootens wrote to Christmas last year, said they wanted to visit Miami, but currency restrictions made it impossible. In Bayfront Park, the visitors get their first look at a coconut palm. From MacArthur Causeway, a glimpse of the Miami skyline. The Wootens could only bring 100 pounds, or less than $300, out of England to pay for their vacation. Their stay at the Venetian Isle Motel will be on the house to make matters easier on the budget. During a mid-afternoon tea arranged for the visitors, Mrs. Wooten had this to say.
Now, what are you going to look at first now that you're here?
Well, I'm most anxious to see those wonderful supermarkets I've heard so much about. And I think I'd just like to sit in near this swimming pool and enjoy this lovely motel.
What do you folks think of American tea now that you've tried some?
Well, this particular cup is very good.
It's quite good, but not just the same as ours.
See you at 11. For now, good night. May the good news be yours.
Watch Ralph Renick reporting every weeknight at this time. Tonight's program has been presented by Canada Dry, America's favorite ginger upper. The preceding news, weather, and sports shows directed by Bud Weil.